What's up, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And today we got some Etsy dirt from Bobby Nugget to check out. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back, and we're going to see what this dirt's all about.
Shed in the back, old dreams in the dark. Dig Daddy's out there with a fire in his heart. Pay dirt on the table, sifting through the night. Glitter in his eyes, everything feels right. Fingers in the mud, buckets full of promise, gold in the blood. Gear on the bench, tools of a trade, hustling through the silence, riches to be made. Big Daddy digging deep into the vein.
All right, welcome back. So like I say, we got some dirt from Bobby Nugget off of Etsy. Now this dirt goes for $58. I want to say there was probably some shipping cost on there as well. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of shipping. Wow, shipped from Bellevue, which is right up the road. But it was $63.97 total, so it was only a few dollars in shipping. And the product itself was $58. So, that's what we got. So if you want to check that out, we'll bring up the description for you right now. Got some pay dirt, gold pay dirt, gold guaranteed, 1 pound of California gold panning material by Bobby Nugget, 2 gold pay dirt bags, and 2 lucky bonus bags. So it's a double. And that's what we got to check out here today. So let's pop her open. We got the old miner's claw. It's been a while since we busted out miner's claw. Got to be careful because she is sharp and she is a dangerous. All right, put that away. And let's see if we come over to the bench. And you can see what we got. So we got a notepad. Hey, that'll be great. I just ran out of pages in my books, so I can write down the ROIs right there. Oh, awesome. We got a pen. I'll need that to write things down because I've been using a Sharpie for the last few months. So that'll be good to use. Now we got 1 pack of pay dirt here. Guess that's about a half a pound or so. Resealable, Ziploc. Instructions for how to pan. A lot of packaging going into these. And there's bag number 2 right there. So that's my pound of pay dirt. And that's it. Oh, free lucky bonus pack, free inside, so maybe it's underneath there. Thank you for being a great customer. Here's a 20% discount code for all Bobby Gold Nugget stuff. Bobby Nugget Gold 88, 20% off your next order. Expires in 30 days. So apparently the lucky bonus pack, the bag is inside. Somewhere in there. I think I feel something. Weird shape. We got 2 bags to go through. Very nice packaging. I'm on the what would you say? I'm on the fence about all the packaging and all the extra stuff, but I happen to need a notepad and pen that's super handy right now for me. A lot of effort is put into the packaging here, so I gotta commend him there. That's not bad. I like the custom bags that he's using. That means he's serious about his business. And the little instruction manual here, that's cool. That's actually really cool. So I gotta hand it to him there. It's a really good, well packaged thing. Double bagged, obviously. It came in these extra little bags here, and everything was packed really well and really nice. So good stuff there. Let's get this out of the way. This isn't really that important right now. What we got are 2 bags of dirt. Boom, boom, right there. We're going to combine them into one because I'm not going to go through them one at a time. We bought a bag. We bought a pound of dirt. Let's do this. First off, let's pour it out. Here we are. Because there's supposed to be the lucky bag or something inside. So I want to see that before I start getting really down to stuff. You know? Let's get that out of the way. All right. So I'm going to just do a quick 1/4 inch classification. And then we'll move on from there. We'll speed it up. Throw on the song for the video here. Oh, yep. There's a lucky bonus pack inside, and I can feel it. Sounds like there's some coins. Let's just open this up right now. Then we can just get down to the music and classification. There's no need to wait on that. I just didn't know how well this was going to be incorporated. So what we got in the lucky bonus pack here, looks like there's a sticker in there as well. Some extra stuff. Little cool little thingies, a little sticker for some space dust, gold pay dirt. Yeah. that's a cool sticker. And then there's some pennies. Looks like some 1 cent wheat cents. Little old school pennies. Pretty cool. And there'll probably be another one very similar in this bag. Yes, indeed. Probably could have saved the money on the extra bag and just put it in the dirt. There's another sticker. That's cool. They're different stickers. Another 4 wheat cent pennies. But yeah, like I say, I think I would have rather have the sticker outside the bag entirely, and then the pennies just mixed in with the pay dirt. Have it something to discover during panning, you know. But very cool either which way. I'm going to go ahead and cut over to the classifications to speed things along, and we'll be right back when it's all shaken out. So don't go anywhere. All right. We got everything all classified out, spread around, and this is what we wound up with here. So we're going to start with the plus 1/4 inch. Not too much material. It just lets us know what kind of material everything is made out of. And, you know, if you look at it, it's the same color all the way down. Absolutely is one single type of material. One rock style. No variations. There you go. There's your 1/4 inch. Put that over to the side. Next down, we got our plus 10. Now this one just barely fills up the bottom lip. We'll take the magnet to it, and right off the bat, I hear clink, 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 clink. So there most definitely is some heavies and some magnetic material in here. And we'll see how that develops as we go down the classifications. Down here we got the plus 20. Again, right there to the bottom lip. Clink, clink, clink. Here we are. Dig it in, dip it around. And again, more magnetics to be found. There you go. Down to the plus 40. About the same amount of material, just the bottom lip of the pan. Magnetics, of course, should look about the same, only more. And there we go. And I say more because the magnetics are going to break down and they're going to be smaller, and you'll find more. That's where it concentrates down. They're heavy. Okay, there you go. Not a huge amount, but definitely something to keep in mind as we're going through the dirt. You can hear that noise. You can't hear it now. You can only hear it the first time you pull them out. You can just hear it ripping through the dirt. You hear that? Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it there. But So about a tablespoon or so overall between all the meshes as far as magnetics go. And so and so. So forth and so on. So there you go. Now we're going to get this dirt all wetted up and then run it down the sluice. I'm just going to throw it all into one pan because there's not really any point in running each one individually. It's just a really small amount of material. So, yeah. There you go. All right. We'll be right back. All right. We got this dirt all wetted up and we're ready to run it. Here we go. Now, as always, I'm going to speed things along. But this shouldn't be a long one here. It's just a little bit of dirt. So let's get to it and let's get a digging.
Bags of dust, dreams of gold. Rivers run dry, stories untold. Handcrafted dirt straight from the vein. California heart pumping through the strain. Motherload gold, feel it in your hand. Minimum weight, a promise in the land. Lucky bonus, a treasure unknown. Dig deep, Bobby Nuggets thrown. Dig deep, Bobby Nuggets thrown.
All right. Dirt's all done and run. And let's get this arm out of the way here. Fold it up. Get this camera out of the way. And let's take a look at what we found. See a little sneaky peeky. And what do we see? See some flakes up in there. I guess we'll have to do a full cleanup to find out for sure. All right, let's do that. Let's go.
Dig deep, Bobby Nuggets thrown. Sifting through dirt for a piece of light. Sweat and callous hands hold the fight. Empty storefront, the vein is online. Modern gold rush, the new pipeline. Heart of the earth, blood of the land, hold it close, understand. Motherload gold, feel it in your hand. Minimum weight, a promise in the land. Lucky bonus, a treasure unknown. Dig deep, Bobby Nuggets thrown. Dig deep, Bobby Nuggets thrown. Dig deep, Bobby Nuggets thrown. Fortune favors the bold, they say. Chasing the dust as it slips away. 1 gram, the measure of dreams. Found it online where nothing's as it seems. You know I had another. Dig deep, Bobby Nuggets.
All right, let's zoom in and see what we found. And there you go. There's your gold, baby. Nice little trim, a smile, little golden grin. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, but the scale will tell the tale. So let's get this snuffered up, dried up, and see what we wound up finding. All right, let's go. All right. We got this gold all dried up, and we are ready to weigh it out. Bobby Nugget, pay dirt. Let's check it out and see what we wound up finding here. Hmm. 0.219. 0.219. Of a gram. And we paid $58 for it. So, I'll take a couple pictures of this gold for you, and we'll be right back with my final words and ROI. All right, welcome back. So, Bobby Nugget pay dirt, found on Etsy. What can I say? The dirt, well, I would say if they didn't have so much packaging, maybe having a little bit more dirt would have been nice. More actual dirt to work with, but really, well, it was kind of weird that it was all packed up into 2 packages. They were really small. And I mean, the description said all of that, but so I don't know. Bigger bags would be nice, but I can understand if they're trying to sell it this way so they can just have one little product that they can just boom, 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 boom. You want this much? Here's 2. You want this much? Here's 4. You want this much? Here's 1. Yeah, so I can't really strike them for that. But they just put a lot of extra into their packaging that, whatever. Anyways. But even at that, it was not 1 whole pound of material. I re-weighed it all out at the end, or before I started getting it wet. And it was almost 3/4 of a pound, so that it was a little bit skimpy on the actual material that was included. Not that that made a whole big lot of a difference. I just threw it all into one, but it is one thing to note. The material itself was all one kind of material. It didn't. It was kind of weird for me, right? It had a little bit of an unnaturalness to it. The guy's out of a local area here, so it's a little bit different than the material that we have locally. So that kind of leaves me a little bit curious where he's getting his stuff. But overall, it was dirt. It was some easy dirt to go through. There was some magnetics in it, and there you go. Is what it is. But it was just a really kind of a small amount for the price, anyways. $60. Should have been a little bit more, I think. But at any rate, it was easy to go through. But there was a lot of magnetic material in there, so that's one thing to keep in mind of that. The gold is all pretty fine, small pieces, smaller gold, small flakes. The amount of gold is on the lower end. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but the gold itself was all, well, I mean, gold is gold, right? Gold to gold, gold, gold. You saw the photos of it. But overall, yeah, it was pretty easy to get to. Not a lot of fine gold in there. No flour or anything like that I had to chase. It all went into its place pretty easily and quickly. It wasn't a lot of material. It wasn't heavy-duty material to go through, so the gold was easy enough to recover out of it. Let's go ahead and put up the thing. I paid $58 for the bag. There was a little bit on there for shipping as well. It was like, took it all to like $64 or something like that. I found 0.219 of a gram of gold. Now that has a today value of $23.68, which nets us an ROI on just the material in the bag of 40%. Overall, I paid about 64 bucks for the bag, so again, you got to factor that in there as well. So that's going to drop the ROI down even more. So overall, it wasn't really a great ROI bag. Wasn't a lot of material. There was a lot put into the packaging and the dressing up of the material, and I think that's getting to the point where it's taking away from the material itself, the core of it. I like that there was some bonus inclusion things. The pennies were cool. I didn't need 6 of them. You know, I didn't need 6 wheat pennies in 2 bags of dirt. You know, it gets a little bit repetitive. Maybe other bags have other things in them. I don't know if they're all pennies though. And I already get 10 of these bags. And then I get 10 sets of wheat pennies, which, you know, wheat pennies are cool and all, but that's a lot. Now I got a roll of pennies, you know? So it'd be nice if that was mixed up a little bit and maybe other things other than just coins or other kinds of coins. A buffalo nickel, things like that. But I don't think it needed to be separated out in the little bonus pack. That's another bag, you know, they're paying for the bag. They're paying for all these extras, little things. A little thing teaching you how to pan. Assume they already know how to pan. They can watch a YouTube video, so no sense in paying to make a card when that can go back into the pay dirt and increase the material or the amount of gold that's put in there. Because overall, the amount of gold in there was pretty low. You know, if we break the two evenly, blah, 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 40% ROI is definitely on the low end of what is good. I don't think I would want to go back and get another bag just based on that. There's a lot of blah, blah, blah. And in the end, it's a pretty low ROI. You know, maybe we'll add a little bit of ROI for the notepad and pen. But again, I don't think every order needs a notepad and pen. It's a little extra whoop-de-whoop that takes away from the core product that he's trying to sell. So, there you go. Lower ROI makes all the extra stuff kind of whatever. You know, you start looking at those things like they're taking away from what was supposed to be your experience with pay dirt. I'm buying pay dirt. I'm not buying a little cutesy card, a pen, a notebook. You know, I have those things. I mean, I actually did need one, so it's very useful for me right now in this moment. But had I not needed one, I would be like, man, I don't need this, so, you know, where's my gold? So where's the gold? Where's the beef? There you go. But overall, I did have a good time going through the dirt. The gold was nice and fun to retrieve. There just wasn't enough in there to really make me be like, all right, that's cool. It's like, oh, cool, gold. I got some gold. I didn't get skunked, so that's always a good thing. But overall, I think that could have been a little bit better and all that. There you go. Take that for what you will. I will leave a link down below because I always do. You can go check it out on their Etsy site, look at their other products, and decide for yourself if maybe you want to pick one up. That's on you. But I think I'm going to go check out other things and see what else is out there for me and see if there's another experience that we can jump on. So there you go with that. Overall, though, I hope you enjoyed the day here with me, checking out this dirt. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Give me that virtual like that I so do desire. And go check out my shop as well. Backyard Prospecting in the Prospector Shop. You can see pay dirt and tools and other stuff that I sell, as well as my swag. You can go there and pick up a t-shirt for yourself, a hat, and other cool things. So go check that out. Otherwise, just want to say thank you for hanging out here with me. And as always, if I don't see you out there at the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. Peace!